Alright, so how's everyone's day going? For me, it's Friday, so thank God it's weekend starting. So if you hear the air conditioning, it's because it's kind of humid still in here, even though it's kind of cold outside, or warm, I guess you'd say. But yeah, so this movie review is for the Tomorrow War, and is a Amazon Prime original. It was released today, July 2nd. The time for this is 2 hours and 18 minutes. Not according to Google, but according to the Amazon site itself, because on Google, it gave me the wrong answer. It said 1 hour and 44 minutes. So, correction, it is 2 hours and 18 minutes. Don't go by what Google says, and this is what I have off Google. But, the director of this is Chris McKay, and I'd never heard of him before, and I had to look up what he's done as a preference to what to look forward to in this. And to say it's a disappointment, at least, is understatement. He does all the Lego movies, as far as I could tell, and he did the Doolittle remake, which I did not watch, but I heard it was poor reviews, and it kind of looks stupid. Yeah, that's enough about him. Here's the cast. Alright, so here is the plot now. The world is stunned when a group of time travelers arrive from the year 2051 to deliver an urgent message. 13 years into the future, mankind is losing a global war against a deadly alien species. Now, I saw the reviews for this, and the movie got slaughtered, and looking at the director, I was so worried going into this, like I said. They definitely, from what I could tell, the critics, which it doesn't matter, as I always say, determine for yourself. But yeah, I have to look at the critics to see what they say. And they pretty much slaughtered this. So because it is Amazon, they always have good high budget looking on content as they make their sweet time without rushing. Unlike Netflix, as Netflix puts out as much stuff as they can. CGI was a little bit bad in some spots, but for the most part, yeah, it was definitely, I'd say it's up par with Amazon Prime. It's budget type of stuff they do. The acting was good for the most part. However, as much as I like Chris Pratt, and felt he was okay, average at best, he is. And some parts he wasn't great. I also felt like he like the typical thrown in comedy with him, kind of subtle, was so not welcoming for a movie like this. Normally I don't have a problem with it, but it just felt like this type of movie, it should have been a little bit more serious. It wasn't like, it was 98% serious, or even 99% serious, and the 1 to 2% was him making kind of jokes in the beginning of it, kind of snarkiness type of the things he does, in movies. Because it felt out of place, like I was saying. I do feel like they could have found a different actor for his character, but I thought he did okay for the role. He wasn't bad, but I do feel like they could have gone with a better option, but he did his role best he could, and he did a good job. But still, again, different actor. Who? I don't know. It's a new kind of end of the world story. I like that, but I found it really dumb that at no point do they train these normal citizens, even after many waves of most people dying. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in a story when it comes to the end of the world movies and shows. So far, have I ever seen. I know it's a science fiction movie, but it's very unrealistic and just stupid as hell, and especially after the waves happen. A lot of very cool fast and normal speed camera shots. The slow-mo was a little overused in some spots. I did feel the aliens were a bit overpowered, but still very vicious and brutal. I felt like they took a little inspiration in spots from I Am Legend, Aliens, Aliens 2, zombie films, specifically that Brad Pitt one, I forgot what it's called, in a spot, and Predator in a certain spot. I do feel like certain people died way too early, in my opinion. You know, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, definitely a lot of gun action for sure in here, like tons. To the point where you're wondering how many bullets they really got, you know, like realistically. The writing had some issues, but wasn't bad as critics made it out to be. I mean, it was very interesting and very enjoyable. So keep that in mind, and this is my rating. Again, it was very entertaining, and I loved how much of a badass J.K. Simmons was, and it looked like he lost weight and got ripped. Normally, he's a chubby old guy, but always a great actor. I wish they had more of him in here, but they had a good amount towards the end of him. Definitely a very great actor. Did not disappoint. Well, when you see the movie, let me know what you think of this film. And let me know, are you interested in this film? Do I not know something? Is this based on a book or something? It kind of comes off like it would be based on a science fiction novel. And let me know if it's accurate. You know, just curious out of me. Otherwise, I really don't mind either way. More in the comic books that are more accurate, but even then, that's kind of, you know, it doesn't necessarily care. But yeah, sorry this was a short review. If anything, I don't know how long this review is, but you know, I'm trying to get some other stuff done before 4th of July. So, I love you all. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed my brand new 4th of July intro and outro. Again, love you all from the deepest of my heart, and Skål!